Now that the DLC trailer has dropped for Injustice 2 and I've actually calmed down by how much hype I had watching the trailer, it's time to talk about the silhouette character models that were teased at the end of yesterday's trailer. These silhouettes caused a lot of discussion in the Injustice community, and I've seen a lot of comparisons to like so many DC characters like Azrael, Rorschach, Wildcat, and plenty others. However, all those characters aside, I finally put my predictions down on the table for who I think might be these silhouettes. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So I'm going to be naming the characters from left to right, and starting with the left character on the left side, which is the most difficult one out of them all because it literally can be anybody, but my best bet is that it is Beast Boy, because if I were to think of a DC character that would look like a generic fighter when you cover them up in a silhouette form, I would think Beast Boy, and yes, there's other characters that could fit that description, but Beast Boy has been hinted at by Ed Boon numerous times and has even asked people at San Diego Comic-Con if they wanted to see Beast Boy in the game. Plus, we all know he's a highly requested character in the game, and NetherRealm has proven to listen to the fans when it comes to requested characters, so in my mind, this is definitely Beast Boy. The silhouette in the middle is obviously Black Manta without a doubt, so I don't want to elaborate on this more than I need to. And the last one on the left side is a little tricky, but I think I would have to say that this is Rorschach. If you look very closely, you can barely see something that could be a fedora. Not to mention, Ed did put up a poll about if people wanted Watchmen characters in the game, and the majority of people said yes, so I am almost certain that this is Rorschach. Now to move on to the right side. You know how I said in my reaction video that I didn't see any silhouette that resembled Spawn? Well, I've come to think that it's probably because it didn't have to, because I think the first one on the right is Spawn. The silhouette resembles a pretty big character, but I think it's actually supposed to be Spawn's cape since it's so huge. It also looks like he's wearing a hood, so maybe NetherRealm is giving Spawn more of their own take on his design and adding something a little different than his traditional appearance. I mean, they did that with Sub-Zero, and if Sub-Zero wasn't revealed in this trailer and was hidden as a silhouette, nobody would guess that it would be him, and I think that's the same case for Spawn here. The middle is obviously Raiden, and I know some people aren't happy about it, but I personally love that Raiden is probably making it into the game, because I think he's a better fit for this game than Sub-Zero is for many reasons. However, a lot of people have been bringing up another silhouette image that was tweeted out by Ed Boon, and some people say that Raiden is gone from the image and therefore they're like, oh, now Raiden's not making it into the game. However, I have to tell you guys that it's not the case. Raiden is still there 100%, and the only thing different about it is that his hat is gone. Everything else is the same, and yes, Raiden has been hatless before so many times, so I'm still gonna say Raiden is probably going to be in Injustice 2. And lastly, the one on the very right resembles a female, and I think it's Enchantress for two reasons. You can clearly see the moon crown on her head, which is something she wore in Suicide Squad, and you can see the messy clothing that she has, which makes me think she's going to be resembling her Suicide Squad design as a movie tie-in. That's about it for who I think those silhouettes are. Now, a lot of people are saying that these are just placeholders, and I'm just here to tell you that I think that's very unlikely. NetherRealm did the same thing with the Combat Pack 2 and Mortal Kombat X, where the characters were very obvious to point out, and all the silhouettes ended up being true except for the one that resembled Baraka, but even then, that had truth to it because it ended up being Alien, and Alien had a Tarkatan variation in the game. NetherRealm also wouldn't put out misleading marketing for those fans who are wondering whether or not they should buy the Ultimate Edition for Injustice 2. I've seen so many people say that these silhouettes are just for premiere skins, like or premiere skin tees or something like that, and honestly, that's just not gonna happen. With all that being said, what are your predictions on these silhouettes, and what do you guys think about my choices? If you guys agree, comment your thoughts on this video, and if you enjoyed, please smack that like button and subscribe for more things Injustice 2. My name is Bruspo Productions, and I'm out for now.